I have perfect credit, over 800, and I still get denied. That's why I said having a score over 800 is a bit overrated. We're taught that if you just keep your credit score high enough, then you'll always get approved. That the banks want a certain number, you check off that box, and whatever it is you're applying for, it's yours. Well, that's not the truth. Today, most approvals don't come from humans. They come from automated systems. That means those systems don't just look at your credit score. They look at things like income type, debt to income ratio, cash flow, number of open accounts, write-offs, deductions, how clean your portfolio looks. So even with perfect credit, you can still get an automatic denial. I know from experience. I've experienced this the most while applying for rental property. During the loan process, the bank is going to ask for all types of documents. One of the most important documents that they're going to ask you for is your tax returns. Now, taxes are tricky, especially when you're self-employed or receive any other employment outside of a W-2. One thing that lenders have to take into account is any write-offs. When you have, let's call it revenue, you're bringing in, let's say $100,000 a year, but you have all these credible tax write-offs, such as insurance and interest and buying equipment and rental space and everything else that comes with starting a business or running a business. All those are legitimate tax write-offs. But however, if you have, let's say $50,000 of tax write-offs, you're perfectly within your rights to use them. However, that's going to ding your income on paper by $50,000. So now instead of you making $100,000 that year, now you can only prove $50,000, which, as you can probably tell, is going to really, really impact how much you get approved to buy. And in some cases, it's a straight out denial. And especially if you're running through any type of automated system, if you're working with a large bank and apply directly online, typically those are going to hit an automated system first. The denial is not about your score. It's just that one of those factors messed up the whole algorithm. So what matters more is your overall profile. Things like stable income, provable income, which we just talked about, manageable leverage. So things that you have that's maybe not cash, like a 401k or other assets that you might have. These are things that make your application stronger, but at the end of the day, that credit score alone is not going to save you. Definitely build good credit. This is not a video to discourage anyone from building good credit or to not get it as high as possible. Having good credit simply means that you have borrowed debt in the past and you have paid it back on time and in full. That's still very important, especially if you want to do business in the future. It's also good for things when you're trying to find an apartment to rent or a house to rent or buying a car, getting better interest rates for buying a car. One of the myths that I like to dispel is having a higher credit score doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to get a better mortgage rate. I've had family members buy a house a few months before I bought mine, and their interest rate was basically the same as mine, and their score was like several hundred points lower than mine. Keep in mind, you only need like a 580 credit score to buy a house under FHA, and I believe it's still a 620 if you're buying a regular traditional house. If you're buying a rental property, I believe 620 is probably still the minimum. Unless you're going through like a hard money lender or some other non-traditional lender that is made specifically for rental property, then they have their own set of criteria that they look at. So, long story short, having a great credit score is still a great thing. However, don't think that it's going to allow you to just apply and get approved for any and everything, because the short answer is you just won't. I hope this helps somebody. Thanks for watching. If you like this type of video, then go ahead and give it a like and consider subscribing. I certainly appreciate you guys. I'll see you tomorrow.